Hey guys, welcome to talking about your brain and all things neuroscience-y. So I want to start out by giving you an overview of the nervous system, or nervous systems rather, as you'll find out there are multiple. So this is everything we're going to cover as far as neuroscience is concerned. And we're going to start, like I just said, with the nervous system. So here goes. The nervous system is really what puts you in contact with the outside world. It regulates your inside world. So let me just give you a scenario here. Someone's thrown a ball for you to catch. Your nervous system is going to do a whole bunch of things. Seems like an easy task, right? Just to catch a ball. But your nervous system involves the sensory organ that detects the environment around you, right? That can see the ball. This organ sends external information that's then transducted, which you'll learn about what that means, into neural signals, basically translated into neural signals. The neural signals hold enough information that you know what color the ball is, how big the ball is, despite the fact that the relative size of the ball on your retina is changing as it gets closer, right? It's getting bigger, and you're using that information in order to calculate the speed and trajectory of the ball. All of this stuff happened in less than 2 seconds, right? And all of this stuff happens usually without you really even knowing everything that was just involved. Your nervous system is basically the electrical wiring of your car, right? So let's start with the big one. Okay, the central nervous system is your brain and your spinal cord. Okay, this is the first big division of your central nervous systems. Okay, so it controls some aspects of what you're doing without conscious processing. And it also does a bunch of automatic reflexes, right? So your spine, not everything, so like a bunch of reflexes, the nerves send information to your spine and your spine sends information back, right? It doesn't have to go all the way up to your brain. Why is that? Because of what we talked about before. Remember, we were talking about Helmholtz and his frogs, and the fact that, the longer the signal has to travel, the longer it's going to take to get there. I'm sorry, the farther a signal has to travel, the longer it takes to get there. So when it comes to really fast reflexes, like when you're at the doctor and he hits your knee and your leg kicks out, that information went to your spine and back. It did not have to go all the way to your brain. All right. Second big division of your nervous systems is the peripheral nervous system. Now, this is basically everything else. Okay, so it connects to the central nervous system, and it's all the nerves beyond the brain and the spinal cord. Okay, and it's connecting the brain and the spinal cord to your organs and your muscles. Now, there are two major divisions of the peripheral nervous system. The first of which is the somatic nervous system. So the somatic nervous system is the one that people traditionally think about when they think of peripheral nerves. Okay, so this is bringing in sensory information into the central nervous system from the limbs, right? So here is an incoming sensory nerve. It's taking information into the spinal cord, and that information is most likely, unless it's reflexive information, going to go straight up to the brain. Okay. It's also sending information from the brain down spinal cord out to this is a motor neuron, right? So it's sending information out to your muscles. So I'm sorry, I lost myself here. Okay, so the second division of your peripheral nervous system is going to be the autonomic nervous system. Okay, and this is your organs, your glands, your muscles, right? It's connecting basically everything that you're not really aware of going on. So your heart is beating, your lungs are working, all of these things are communicating with your brain and telling your brain what they need, right? This is all your autonomic nervous system. So you can see here how all of these organs are connected to what's going on with your spinal cord. So here are spinal connections here. This is representing, so there's cranial nerves up here. So this is just telling you what organs are feeding into what areas of your central nervous system. And this is all part of the autonomic nervous system. All right. Within the autonomic nervous system now, you've got two more divisions. The first of which is the sympathetic nervous system. Okay, this is everything to do with fight or flight. So, this is the situation where you are taking a hike in the woods and a bear pops out in front of you, and all of a sudden your body is freaking out. Oh my God, what do I do? Your heart is racing, your pupils dilate, your muscles start contracting, you start sweating. Lots of things are going on with your sympathetic nervous system to prepare your body for the decision that you're going to make. Are you going to fight this threat, or are you going to flight? Are you going to flight away from it, fly away? Right. So your sympathetic nervous system gets your body all riled up and ready to deal with this stressful situation. And the other division of your autonomic nervous system, the parasympathetic nervous system, brings everything back into homeostasis. Right? So once you have fought and defeated the bear, right, you are able to take deep breaths and calm yourself down, and your heart returns to normal, and your eyes return to normal, and you stop sweating so much. So you can see here in this figure sort of the counteracting sort of mechanisms, if you will, of the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. So the pluses are increased muscle contractions and gland secretions. The minuses are decreased, right? So the sympathetic nervous system, the bear has come out into the pathway. You're starting to freak out. Your pupils decrease muscle contraction. So your pupils actually get larger. Decrease muscle contraction, salivary gland, decrease muscle contraction, trachea, and right, so you get like a lump in your throat, like you find it really hard to breathe. Your heart starts racing, increased muscle contraction. You don't feel it, but your liver's doing things. Your stomach starts to feel horrible, right? All of these things start happening when you start freaking out about that bear. Once you have defeated the bear or run away from it, in my case, your parasympathetic nervous system counteracts all of this stuff to make sure that you get back to where you need to be. Because while all of these things do serve well in the moment of reacting to a stressful situation, they also create things like elevated hormone levels that if those things are sustained, they can do damage over time, which is why a high stress lifestyle can be very destructive to your heart, to your stomach, to all kinds of internal processes. Okay, so that's it for the nervous system. This is a quick one. We are next going to tackle neurons. We're going to talk about the anatomy and the types, and then there's more stuff after that. So I will see you guys in the next lecture.